The sky turned dark. Without warning, massive alien warships appeared, blocking out the sun over every major city on Earth. These ships, far larger and more powerful than anything humanity had ever seen, hovered ominously above the planet. As the first ships descended, they unleashed devastating energy blasts that struck cities with terrifying precision. Buildings crumbled and firestorms erupted, scorching everything in their path. The aliens had come to Earth, and they were ready to wipe humanity off the face of the planet. What made these invaders even more terrifying was their cloaking technology. They were invisible to Earth's best defense systems, slipping past satellite radars and military satellites like shadows in the night. As the military scrambled to defend against this invisible threat, their best weaponry seemed almost useless. Earth's fighter jets, armed with conventional weapons, couldn't even get close to the alien ships. The aliens simply watched as humanity's defenses were wiped out in seconds. The world was in chaos. People screamed in terror as they watched the skies turn into a war zone. Global leaders attempted to organize a counterattack, but their communications were jammed, and every attempt to strike back was countered by the invaders with terrifying efficiency. Cities fell one by one, and as time passed, the aliens grew more confident. They believed that humanity was weak, that it was just a matter of hours before Earth would be theirs. The alien superior technology made them think they had already won. But amid the destruction, a small group of humans remained determined to fight back. Captain Benner, a seasoned soldier with years of experience in the military, was one of the few who refused to give up. As he surveyed the chaos around him, he could see the fear in his comrades' eyes. But he knew that giving in wasn't an option. Humanity had to fight. Benner had heard rumors of an old military project long forgotten by most. It was said to have been hidden in an underground base, deep beneath the Earth's surface. It was a last-ditch weapon, a secret weapon no one knew about. As Earth's defenses were crumbling, Benner decided to take the risk and search for this mysterious project. It was humanity's only hope. His journey led him to an abandoned military facility, tucked away in the remote mountains. There, buried deep beneath the Earth, he discovered an ancient AI, a system created long before the alien invasion. When he activated it, the AI's cold, metallic voice filled the air. It wasn't just any AI, it was the key to humanity's survival. The AI revealed something shocking. Through a long-forgotten experiment, humanity had been altered genetically. The first human ancestors had been modified, giving them a biological trait that no alien species could defeat: immortality. Unlike any other race in the galaxy, humans could heal from almost any wound, no matter how fatal. Their bodies would repair themselves at an extraordinary rate, making them virtually unkillable. The aliens, who had studied every planet they conquered, had overlooked this one detail. They assumed humans were just like the other species they had wiped out, weak and easy to destroy. But they were wrong. Humanity's true power had been hidden for centuries, and it was about to be unleashed. As Captain Benner returned to the front lines, he knew that this discovery could turn the tide of the war. But the aliens weren't going to back down easily. The battle had only just begun, and now the stakes were even higher. In a bold move, Benner and a small team of soldiers managed to infiltrate one of the alien transport ships. It was risky, but they needed the technology inside. The ship was heavily guarded, but with the stolen alien cloaking technology, they slipped past the guards unnoticed. Once inside, they found what they were looking for: advanced weaponry and alien tech that could help them fight back. They had taken the first step in turning the tide against their invaders. As the humans made their escape, their success was a small victory, but it was enough to spark a glimmer of hope in the hearts of Earth's defenders. The aliens had underestimated humanity, and now they would begin to feel the consequences of their mistake. Captain Benner knew that the fight was far from over, but this first victory, this small win, was a symbol of humanity's unyielding will. They had been knocked down, but they would rise again stronger than ever. The aliens would soon learn that humans were not easy prey. They would fight to the very end, and they would not go down without a battle. The true fight for Earth's survival had just begun. The battle for Earth raged on. Captain Benner and his team were in the middle of a high-stakes mission when disaster struck. Sergeant Rick, Benner's closest friend and most trusted comrade, was critically injured during a dangerous raid on an alien outpost. A massive energy blast had torn through Rick's chest, leaving him barely alive. It was clear that he wouldn't survive for long. The team could only watch in helpless horror as Rick's condition worsened. He had lost too much blood, and the medics knew it was only a matter of time before he succumbed to his injuries. But something unexpected happened. Hours later, when the team had already prepared themselves for the worst, they saw Rick move. His breathing had steadied and the bleeding had stopped. His wounds were beginning to heal at an incredible rate. What should have been a fatal injury was now disappearing, as if Rick's body had simply decided to repair itself. It was as if the very cells in his body were working overtime to bring him back. In a matter of hours, Rick was walking, albeit weakly, but alive. This was a turning point, something humanity's soldiers had never known about themselves. In shock, Benner immediately contacted the Earth's top scientists who revealed the truth. Humans had an extraordinary healing factor. The ancient experiments conducted long ago had altered humanity's DNA, giving them the ability to heal from even the most devastating wounds. Their bodies could repair themselves at a cellular level at a rate that no alien species had ever encountered. This was the secret strength hidden deep within every human. The news spread like wildfire, and soon the aliens realized the mistake they had made. They had underestimated humans, believing their technology would easily crush Earth's defenses. But humanity's resilience was something they had never anticipated. Now the aliens were desperate to end the war quickly. In response, the alien forces launched a deadly new plan, a squadron of assassin drones programmed to eliminate humanity's most experienced and capable soldiers, including Benner and his team. The aliens believed that by wiping out the human leaders, they could crush the resistance once and for all. But they had miscalculated. The humans, now armed with advanced alien technology, weren't so easily taken down. Using the stolen cloaking devices and weapons, Benner's team led a daring escape through a shattered city. The air was filled with the sound of explosions and the distant hum of the assassin drones hunting them down. The humans, hidden by their cloaking technology, moved through the ruins of the city, staying one step ahead of the relentless drones. They used the alien tech to set traps, confuse the drones, and outwit their pursuers. Every corner they turned, the drones were waiting, but the humans always managed to slip away, disappearing into the smoke and debris. In one final heart-pounding chase, the humans made a last stand, using their advanced weapons to fight back against the relentless drones. The battle was brutal, but it was clear now that the aliens were no longer in control. The humans had become unpredictable, using their newfound strength and technology to level the playing field. The aliens had believed they were dealing with easy prey, but they were about to find out that humanity would never be an easy target again. The alien empire, led by a cold, calculating AI known as Zaltir, had thought they were in complete control of the war. For centuries, their technologically advanced empire had conquered countless planets, crushing all opposition with ruthless efficiency. The AI, designed to calculate every move with cold precision, believed humanity would be just another easy conquest. But as their best warriors were killed one by one, the AI began to realize something it hadn't accounted for. Humans were not like the other species it had destroyed. They were unpredictable, resourceful, and resilient. The loss of so many elite soldiers shook Zaltir's confidence. Humans, despite their inferior technology, were proving to be a deadly challenge. But the AI's calculations led it to one conclusion: it was a fluke. It dismissed the human resistance as an anomaly and decided to execute a final offensive to destroy Earth once and for all. The plan was simple: an orbital bombardment that would wipe the planet clean of life, leaving nothing but ashes behind. On the ground, humanity was in desperate straits. With limited resources and an enemy that seemed unstoppable, the humans had little choice but to look for allies among other oppressed species. Many of the aliens' former slaves, races that had been conquered and subjugated by the Empire, were willing to help in exchange for freedom. These races had suffered under the alien rule for years, and now they saw a chance to fight back. Together, these once enslaved species revealed a vital weakness in the alien AI: Zaltir's complete inability to understand human emotions. The AI's cold logic was its strength in many ways, but in battle it had no concept of creativity, instinct, or compassion. the very things that made humans dangerous. It couldn't anticipate the chaos and unpredictable strategies that made human forces so deadly. For the first time, the humans realized that they weren't just fighting an enemy with superior technology. They were fighting a foe that was fundamentally weak because it couldn't understand what made humans strong. As the alien fleet prepared for the final orbital bombardment, the humans hatched a desperate plan. They had one last weapon, a time-altering device built from alien technology. It was a long shot. The device had never been tested, and no one knew if it would even work. But it was humanity's final hope. In a daring move, Captain Benner and his team infiltrated the alien mothership, the heart of their operations. They navigated through the ship's labyrinthine corridors, using cloaking devices and stealth to avoid detection. The tension was unbearable as they neared the heart of the ship, where the time device had to be activated. The mission quickly turned into a chaotic fight for survival. Explosions rang out, and the crackle of energy weapons filled the air as the humans faced off against alien soldiers and automated defenses. The stakes were higher than ever. In the heat of the battle, Benner's second-in-command, Lieutenant Reyes, was critically injured while protecting the team. His death was heroic, but it left a deep emotional scar on the team. It drove them forward, though. Every step now was a tribute to their fallen comrade. With time running out, the humans managed to reach the control room and activate the time-altering device. The ship shook with the force of the weapon's power, and the countdown to Earth's destruction continued. But as the device engaged, time itself began to warp. A shockwave of energy spread across the ship, and in that moment, the humans had one last chance to stop the alien empire from ending their fight for survival. The tide of the war had shifted, but would it be enough to save Earth? The final confrontation was on the horizon, and everything depended on the humans' final desperate stand. The humans' final chance to save Earth had arrived. As the time-altering device powered up, the very fabric of time itself began to warp. For a few precious moments, time stopped in a localized area around the alien mothership. The alien invaders were paralyzed, unable to understand what was happening. In that brief window, humanity launched its attack, striking with all their might, knowing that this was their one shot at victory. The battlefield was a scene of pure chaos. The alien fleet, once confident in their superiority, was now thrown into disarray. Orbital bombardments from the alien ships rained down from the sky, fiery streaks cutting through the atmosphere, leaving trails of destruction in their wake. But the humans, using their newfound alien technology and cloaking devices, moved swiftly and silently, dodging blasts and countering with precision. Robots, once the invaders' unstoppable forces, clashed with human soldiers in intense hand-to-hand combat, their metal limbs striking with deadly force. Meanwhile, gravity-defying human fighters, cloaked and unseen, swooped in and out of the chaos, launching surprise attacks that caught the aliens off guard. Energy weapons blazed across the battlefield, their blinding light lighting up the war zone. Explosions rocked the ground and debris flew everywhere. It was an all-out assault, but the humans were not retreating. They were fighting with everything they had, their resilience giving them an edge that the aliens had never expected. Their new alien allies, now fully committed to the cause, fought side by side with them, adding to the confusion and turmoil. Together, they struck at the heart of the alien empire. Despite the overwhelming odds, humanity was not backing down. The human forces, with their superior strategies and unexpected tactics, managed to infiltrate the alien mothership. Their goal was clear: destroy the alien AI's command center. As they fought their way to the heart of the ship, they faced fierce resistance, but they were driven by an unrelenting will to survive. Finally, they reached the core of the ship, and with a single devastating strike, they destroyed the alien AI's control systems. The once unified alien fleet was thrown into chaos, their leadership shattered. The command center's destruction sent shockwaves throughout the alien empire, plunging their forces into disarray. But the victory was not without sacrifice. As the battle raged on, one of humanity's most valued heroes, Sergeant Cooper, fell during a heroic attempt to protect the team from an alien counterattack. His death was a powerful blow to the soldiers, but it also deepened their resolve. They fought harder, knowing that every step forward was for those who had fallen. In the midst of the chaos, the alien commander sent a final, desperate message to Earth. His voice, cold and filled with panic, echoed through the ship's communication system. "Surrender now, or face total extinction." But humanity, now fully aware of their power and the strength they had discovered within themselves, was not intimidated. They had already seen their victory on the horizon. The alien commander's plea for mercy was ignored as the humans prepared for the final strike, knowing that the fate of the Earth rested in their hands. With the alien forces in disarray and the AI's command center destroyed, the humans knew their moment had come. They were ready to deliver the decisive blow that would end the invasion once and for all. It was a battle for the future of humanity, and they would not go down without a fight. As the dust settled from the chaos of the previous battles, humanity's final stand began. The alien fleet, once an unstoppable force, was now in complete disarray. Their command structure shattered, and their AI leaders out of control, the aliens were vulnerable. The humans, with their newfound strength and determination, launched a full-scale counteroffensive, striking at the heart of the alien fleet. Captain Benner led the charge, his resolve stronger than ever. His crew had fought through hell and back, and now, in the final moments of the war, they would give everything for Earth's survival. The vastness of space became their battleground, as human warships, powered by both Earth and stolen alien technology, engaged in an epic space battle. The sky was filled with brilliant flashes of energy weapons, missiles, and explosions. Human and alien ships clashed in a dazzling display of advanced technology and raw human grit. But as the battle raged on, Captain Benner's heart grew heavy. One by one, he lost several of his best men in heartbreaking moments of sacrifice. Sergeant Mitchell, Lieutenant Harris, and others all fell in battle. Each death cut deep, but the captain kept pushing forward, knowing that their sacrifices would mean something. As he watched another comrade fall, Benner's voice crackled over the radio. "We fight to live, and to show them that humanity is unkillable." His words echoed through the comms, inspiring his troops to keep fighting, to honor the memory of those they had lost. The battle reached its peak when the final alien command ship appeared on the horizon. It was a massive, terrifying vessel, but the humans, united and determined, were ready. With one last push, they launched a full-on assault, aiming for the ship's core. The battle was intense, with both sides fighting tooth and nail for every inch of space. Ships exploded in mid-air, sending shockwaves through the battlefield. But in the end, it was humanity's resilience that triumphed. The final alien ship was destroyed in a brilliant explosion, and the surviving alien forces retreated into the dark void of space, their once imposing empire shattered. Earth had been saved, but the victory came at a great cost. Captain Benner stood on the bridge of his ship, looking out at the stars. He could hardly believe they had done it. They had won. But the victory was bittersweet. Many of his men had not made it, and the cost of this war weighed heavily on his heart. Still, he knew that they had earned their place in the galaxy. Earth had proved itself strong, not just because of its advanced technology, but because of the unbreakable will of its people. As the alien ships retreated, one final message came through the comms. "This is not the end. We will return, and we will make you pay for your insolence." The message came from the alien leader, who vowed revenge. It was a chilling reminder that the war might be over, but future challenges awaited humanity. However, there was a sense of peace in Captain Benner's heart as he stood tall, knowing that humanity's spirit could never be broken. As the celebrations began on Earth, Benner stood alone, gazing out at the peaceful planet below. The war was over, but the journey had just begun. This victory had marked the beginning of a new era for humanity, one in which they would stand tall, not as mere survivors, but as conquerors in the vast expanse of space. The final message was clear. Earth had earned its place among the stars, and nothing would ever change that.